Have you ever laid in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, exhausted but wide awake? After 50, sleep doesn't come as easy as it used to. Maybe you wake up every few hours, or can't fall asleep no matter how tired you feel. The truth is, it's not just stress or age. Your body's natural sleep signals, like melatonin and serotonin, actually decline as you get older. But here's the good news. There are certain foods, simple, natural, everyday foods, that can actually support your brain and body to fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and wake up refreshed. In this video, we'll show you 5 powerful foods that science has proven to help people over 50 sleep better every night without pills, supplements, or gimmicks. Stay with me to the end, because food number 4 is a surprising one that's probably already in your pantry, and you'll learn exactly when to eat it for the best sleep results. When I first started struggling with sleep in my 50s, I thought it was just part of getting older. I'd fall asleep fine, but like clockwork, I'd wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., completely alert, and stare at the ceiling for hours. Some nights, I wouldn't fall back asleep until sunrise. I tried all the usual tricks. Less screen time, warm baths, soft music. They helped, but only a little. Then one evening, while reading about natural sleep aids, I stumbled across something surprising. Kiwi, yes, that small green fruit, was being studied for its sleep-enhancing effects. I'll admit, I was skeptical. How could a piece of fruit possibly help me sleep? But the science behind kiwi is actually pretty impressive. Kiwi is rich in serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Serotonin also happens to be the building block for melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. On top of that, kiwi is loaded with antioxidants, folate, and vitamin C, which play important roles in reducing inflammation and supporting brain function, both of which impact how deeply and how long we sleep. In one study, adults who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed every night for 4 weeks fell asleep 42% faster, stayed asleep longer, and woke up feeling more refreshed. After reading that, I figured, why not try it? I started eating 2 kiwis about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. The first few nights, I didn't notice much, but by the end of the first week, something changed. I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night anymore. My sleep felt deeper. I didn't feel groggy in the morning. And the best part? It was completely natural. No pills, no side effects, no dependency. Now, kiwi has become part of my nighttime routine. I slice 2 of them and eat them slowly, usually while reading or doing a short breathing meditation. It's become my little wind-down ritual. If you're someone who struggles with falling or staying asleep, especially in your 50s or 60s, I highly recommend giving kiwi a try. It's affordable, easy to find, and honestly, kind of delicious. Just make sure to get ripe ones and eat them with or without the skin. Both ways work. Sleep, especially after 50, is more than just getting enough hours. It's about giving your body the right tools to rest, restore, and reset. And sometimes, those tools come in the simplest, most unexpected forms, like a fuzzy little fruit from New Zealand. In the next part, I'll tell you about a crunchy snack that's not only satisfying, but also rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a key role in helping your muscles and mind fully relax before sleep. Stick around, you might already have it in your pantry. After kiwi became part of my nightly routine, I started looking deeper into other foods that might support better sleep, not just falling asleep, but staying asleep and waking up refreshed. That's when I discovered something I'd overlooked my entire life: pumpkin seeds. I used to think pumpkin seeds were just a seasonal snack, something you roast after carving a jack-o'-lantern in October. But it turns out they're one of the most underrated sleep-supporting foods, especially for people over 50. What makes them so powerful? Magnesium. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, just a small handful, contains nearly 40% of the recommended daily amount of magnesium. And that's important because magnesium is like nature's chill pill. It helps calm your nervous system, regulate your heart rhythm, and relax your muscles, all of which are essential for deep, restorative sleep. As we age, our bodies absorb magnesium less efficiently. Add to that the stress, medications, and changes in diet that often come after 50, and it's easy to become deficient without even realizing it. For me, I noticed that when I felt restless or had racing thoughts at bedtime, I was often low on magnesium-rich foods. So I started incorporating pumpkin seeds into my evening snack. Nothing fancy, just a tablespoon or two of roasted, unsalted seeds about an hour before bed. Sometimes I'd sprinkle them over a little plain yogurt or eat them by the handful while sipping herbal tea. What I noticed wasn't instant, but it was real. My body felt more relaxed, my muscles less tense, and I drifted into sleep more naturally, without that anxious toss and turn feeling I used to get. Over time, I also started waking up with fewer aches in my neck and back. And there's another bonus. Pumpkin seeds are also a great source of tryptophan, the same amino acid found in turkey, which the body converts into serotonin and then melatonin. It's like a 1-2 punch for better sleep. Plus, they're easy to find, inexpensive, and shelf-stable. Just make sure to choose plain, unsalted versions. Some flavored ones have hidden sugars or sodium that can disrupt sleep rather than help it. Now, I keep a small jar of pumpkin seeds in my kitchen just for bedtime. It's a simple, satisfying snack that helps signal to my body, hey, it's time to wind down. Sleep after 50 doesn't have to mean pills, frustration, or long nights staring at the ceiling. Sometimes it starts with the smallest changes and the smallest foods. In the next part, I'll tell you about a warm, comforting drink that most of us grew up with and why it might be the missing piece in your sleep routine today. Trust me, it's not just for kids anymore.
Growing up, whenever I couldn't sleep, my mother would warm up a small cup of milk, hand it to me with a smile, and say, "This will help." I didn't know why it worked back then, I just knew it made me feel safe, warm, and drowsy. Fast forward several decades, and here I am, in my 50s, once again reaching for that same familiar remedy, and realizing that my mom actually knew a thing or two about sleep. Warm milk has a long-standing reputation as a natural sleep aid, and it's not just an old wives' tale. There's real science behind it. Milk contains an amino acid called tryptophan, which your body uses to produce serotonin and melatonin, two key hormones that regulate your sleep cycle. But here's the thing, tryptophan works best when it's combined with a little bit of natural carbohydrate, which helps it cross into the brain more easily. That's why some people pair their milk with a banana or a few whole grain crackers. It's not just comfort food, it's sleep chemistry in action. But for me, the benefits of warm milk go beyond just biology. There's something deeply calming about the ritual itself. I usually heat up about half a cup to 1 cup, not too hot, just gently warm, and sip it slowly about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Sometimes I'll add a dash of cinnamon or a drop of vanilla extract for flavor, and on extra restless nights, I stir in half a teaspoon of raw honey. The warmth soothes my body. The quiet moment soothes my mind. And that's key, especially after 50, when stress, hormone changes, and even nighttime aches can interfere with our ability to fully relax. Warm milk helps me transition from the doing part of my day to the letting go part of the night. If you're lactose intolerant or avoiding dairy, you can still get similar calming effects with plant-based milks, like oat or almond milk. Just make sure they're unsweetened and calcium fortified. Some even come with added magnesium or melatonin, though I always recommend starting simple and natural. The point isn't just the milk, it's the moment. It's creating a peaceful, nourishing signal to your body that it's time to rest. Over time, this small habit has become a cornerstone in my sleep routine. No noise, no screens, just me, the quiet, and a warm cup in my hands. In the next part, I'll share with you a little red fruit that's packed with natural melatonin, one that's been shown to improve sleep duration and quality, especially in older adults. It's sweet, tart, and might already be in your fridge.
After warm milk became part of my nighttime ritual, I started wondering, what if there's something even more directly linked to melatonin? Something I could eat that would naturally signal to my brain, hey, it's time to sleep. That's when I discovered tart cherries. Now, I'll admit, I've always enjoyed cherries in the summer, but I never saw them as more than a sweet treat. I didn't know that tart cherries, especially Montmorency cherries, are actually one of the few natural food sources of melatonin. That blew me away. While most of us have heard about melatonin supplements, I've always been a little cautious about taking them regularly. But here was a fruit, a real whole food that naturally contains melatonin, along with powerful antioxidants like anthocyanins that reduce inflammation and support brain health. I dug into the research. In one clinical study, older adults who drank tart cherry juice twice a day increased their sleep time by over 80 minutes per night, and they reported better sleep efficiency and less waking during the night. That's huge, especially for those of us who've spent too many nights watching the clock tick past 3 a.m. So I gave it a try. I started with unsweetened tart cherry juice, drinking about half a cup in the evening, sometimes straight, sometimes diluted with a bit of water or herbal tea. And within the first few days, I noticed a difference. I wasn't just falling asleep faster, I was staying asleep. My sleep felt more continuous, less broken up. I didn't wake up groggy. I felt rested. And at my age, that's no small thing. For those who prefer eating whole fruit, dried tart cherries work too. Just watch for added sugars. You can sprinkle them on a small bowl of oatmeal, mix into Greek yogurt, or even blend into a bedtime smoothie. The key, I found, is consistency. It's not about a miracle cure overnight. It's about gently supporting your body's natural rhythm, night after night. The melatonin in tart cherries isn't a high dose like in some pills, but that's actually a good thing. It works with your body, not against it. And just like with warm milk or pumpkin seeds, the ritual of it, the habit, is just as important as the food itself. It becomes a signal to your brain that you're shifting gears, that it's time to rest. I know how frustrating it is to lie in bed and want to sleep, but feel like your body just won't cooperate anymore. But what I've learned is this: sometimes the answers aren't in a bottle, they're in your kitchen. And speaking of the kitchen, in the next part, I'll show you how a humble grain, one you might already have in your pantry, can help your body naturally produce more serotonin, calm your nervous system, and prepare you for deep, uninterrupted sleep. It's warm, satisfying, and surprisingly effective. I'll share exactly how I use it and the best time to eat it, right before bed. After adding tart cherry juice to my evening routine and seeing how it improved the quality of my sleep, I started thinking more intentionally about what else I could eat to support my body before bed. I wanted something warm, grounding, and gentle, something that felt like comfort in a bowl. And surprisingly, I found it in one of the simplest ingredients in my pantry: oats. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oatmeal? Isn't that a breakfast food? That's exactly what I thought too. But as it turns out, oats before bed might be one of the most underrated sleep tools, especially for those of us in our 50s and beyond. Here's why. Oats are a rich, natural source of complex carbohydrates, which help your body absorb and use tryptophan, the amino acid that leads to serotonin and eventually melatonin. That chain reaction is crucial for calming the brain, relaxing the body, and initiating restful sleep. But oats also contain vitamin B6, which plays a supporting role in serotonin production. Together, these nutrients create the perfect environment for your nervous system to settle, naturally and without disruption. After learning this, I started experimenting with a small bowl of warm oats about an hour before bedtime. Not a full breakfast portion, just a half-cup serving, cooked with a splash of almond milk or warm water. Sometimes I'd add a few dried tart cherries or a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for an extra boost, but I kept it simple. And the effect? Gentle, subtle, and lasting. Instead of lying in bed feeling restless or anxious, I felt grounded. The warmth of the oats, both physically and emotionally, created this quiet sense of comfort. And over time, I noticed I wasn't just falling asleep faster, I was waking up less during the night. Even more importantly,
I stopped feeling like sleep was something I had to fight for. It started to feel natural again, predictable, safe. For those watching this who may struggle with nighttime hunger or find themselves waking up with blood sugar dips in the early hours, oats can also help stabilize blood sugar overnight. That steady energy makes a big difference in how deeply you sleep and how rested you feel when you wake. Of course, it's not just about the oats, it's the ritual, the message you send your body that it's time to slow down, to nourish, to rest. And honestly, there's something beautiful about returning to these simple, wholesome foods after 50. We've spent decades chasing complicated solutions, but often the answer is already sitting on our shelf. So if you've been struggling with sleep or just looking for a gentle, natural way to end your day, consider trying a small bowl of oats. Warm, quiet, comforting. In the final part of this video, I'll bring everything together. A recap of the 5 powerful foods, how to combine them into your own nighttime routine, and the one mindset shift that helped me stay consistent and finally feel in control of my sleep again.
If you've made it this far, I want to say something simple but important. You're not alone. So many of us, after 50, find ourselves in a place we never expected. We're tired, but we can't sleep. We crave rest, but our minds won't slow down. We lie in the dark, wondering, is this just how it is now? But here's what I've learned, and what I hope you'll take away from this video. Rest is still possible. Deep, peaceful, nourishing sleep is still possible. And sometimes the path back to it isn't through drastic changes or expensive treatments. It's through quiet, intentional steps, like choosing the right foods, creating soothing routines, and giving your body what it actually needs to feel safe enough to let go. Let's take a moment to recap. A few slices of kiwi to gently boost your serotonin. A handful of pumpkin seeds to relax your muscles and calm your nerves. A cup of warm milk to bring comfort and signal rest. A small glass of tart cherry juice to naturally increase your melatonin. And a bowl of oats to ground your body and stabilize your night. None of these are magic on their own, but together they form a rhythm, a gentle way to say, it's okay, you can rest now. If this video helped you or simply made you feel seen, I'd love for you to stick around. You can subscribe for more natural sleep tips, simple nutrition ideas, and comforting routines that support your health after 50. And if you're already on your own sleep journey, feel free to share in the comments what's been working for you. This is a space for support, not perfection. Tonight, I hope you'll try just one small thing. Maybe it's a warm drink, or a handful of seeds, or simply turning off the lights a little earlier. You deserve rest. You deserve peace. And with time and care, you'll find your way back to it. Thanks for being here, and sleep well.